Well, boys, it's another day back out here at Elevated AF, and today we have a project that, well, frankly, no one has attempted before, and probably for good reason. So this truck right here is a Ford F-350 with an Anylevel. Now, Anylevel is a company that builds lifts that can move up and down via a hydraulic system, but they only build them for Fords. So the plan is to take this Chevy Duramax and put an Anylevel lift on it. Is it possible? Probably. And to my knowledge, no one else has attempted it, so we're gonna give it a try. By the way, if you guys enjoyed today's video, help me out by giving that like button a little tap. It helps out the video a ton, and I appreciate it so much. And while you're down there, if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe and helps me make videos just like this, so if you want to see more, that button's down there too. Alright, so we're gonna get this truck put up on the lift here, and then the guys are gonna take it away from there. Now, in order to actually get an Anylevel lift on a Chevy truck, it's either gonna require one of two things: a lot of fabrication to the frame, or we swap a Ford frame, which I think we're going to swap the Ford frame on. Not off that truck, but a different one. Anyway, while the guys are working on that, I'm gonna get working on some other stuff. So y'all know that I've occasionally dabbled in electric vehicles. From here and there, you know, not too much. I, of course, prefer my big diesel trucks, but I did get an opportunity to go look at and possibly buy one of the new EV Hummers. And from what I've seen, no one's actually put them through their paces at all. Hasn't really took one mudding, hasn't towed a whole lot with one. So we're gonna go check out this one I found for sale, and if we buy it, we're probably gonna do a bunch of stuff with it. So this should be interesting. All right, this should be the place. Yep, here it is. Where am I gonna park? There's not a whole lot of options here. You know what? I'm gonna park right in our driveway here. You're just gonna have to deal with that. All right, so this is it. A 2022 Hummer EV. It's something electric. I don't know. Either way, this thing is absolutely massive compared to this Subaru here. Like, look at the size of this thing. It's huge. Anyway, the guy that bought it just said it wasn't really what he wanted, which that might be a red flag right there. And I'm not all about electric vehicles, but I'd be curious to see how this thing actually does compared to like a normal diesel-powered Hummer. So I think we're gonna go grab the keys here, see if we can take it for a quick test drive. I don't know. The guy wants a lot of money for it. We'll see. All right, I secured the keys. I'm actually kind of excited to drive this thing. That's pretty much silent. There's not a whole lot of noise to it. Oh, it's torquey though. Dang. This one kind of has rear steer a little bit. Gotta look at the back tires there. Yeah, it has a little bit of rear steer. Nothing too crazy. But oh man, is it torquey. Got a gooseneck hitch in the back as well as a normal hitch here, which of course means if we buy this thing, we're gonna try some towing with it. The interior is pretty fancy, I will say that. I mean, it's a brand new 2022, so there's not a whole lot you can do to see if it's a decent vehicle to buy, but I mean, it seems all right. The light setup is interesting at the very least. All right, against my better judgment, I have made a deal on this. Whether it's a good one or a bad one, I couldn't tell you quite yet, but we're gonna find out. Anyway, we're gonna get this thing back to the shop. I think the guys are already tearing apart the Chevy there, so that should at least be coming along. All right, so we made it back to the dealership here. We're gonna get this EV thing unloaded. I still don't know why I bought it. Anyways, there's a customer truck out front that one of my employees actually had to bring in by trailer because it's broken down, and well, it's here. I guess he actually wants to do some modifications to it, so we're gonna see how that goes. We'll check that out in a minute. First, though, I'm gonna get the guy's reaction to this because I don't even know why I bought it. And maybe it'll be the new tow rig. Who knows? It'd be cheaper to run. I'm thinking I actually might get the guys to throw some wheels and tires on this because it should be the same lug pattern as we have in stock. We'll see. So the guys just asked me what the heck I was thinking when I bought that. I told them I really don't know. So I think we're going to toss some wheels and tires on it. But customer truck that we brought in here, just an old second gen extended cab. It has a new paint job, stock wheels and tires. I think a full straight pipe down there. That is definitely a straight pipe. Got a flatbed, but I think we could spruce this build up a little bit, make it look a little more cool. The customer basically told me to do whatever I think would look good, so we usually don't have a lot of creative freedom on these builds. Not to mention, he gave us a really good budget to work with, so we should be able to make this thing look cool. This thing still runs, still drives, but I guess it has problems driving down the highway. I'm not too sure. I wasn't told what's wrong with it, but the shop guys can deal with that one. It does have some pretty nice aftermarket lights though already. That's a step in the right direction. I don't know why I shut the truck off. I was just opening the door. Maybe I need a cup of coffee. So we just had a customer call in here. He's looking at this Jeep on our website here, and he wants to come take a look at it. So we're gonna get it pulled out and ready to go. This was actually one of the first off-road type of builds we've done, and a lot of people seem to love it. So this is selling pretty fast. I think we also have a guy coming to look at that blacked out Duramax today, so who knows. That one might sell too. I don't know why this truck is over here. So I was just in the shop there looking at the guy's progress, and I heard somebody pull up. I'm pretty sure it's the guy for this Jeep. Oh, he's got a Bronco Raptor. Well, dang. All right, so we just took it out on a test drive, and he's in the office doing paperwork with one of my guys. We're gonna get it loaded up for him. A Bronco guy buying a Jeep. It's a little weird to me, but he wants it, I guess. He said he'd also be interested in possibly putting some new wheels and tires on his Bronco, so we'll see how that goes. I feel like this should be the other way around, just because I'm pretty sure the Rubicon has a little bit higher towing capacity, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I do love the Bronco Raptors, but fender flares, I feel like, are a little excessive. Just a little bit. But maybe that's just me. Anyways, the guy that said he was coming to look at the Duramax here, he said he didn't have time today, so he comes to look at it another day. But I'm pretty sure my buddy's coming to buy this white Duramax. As much as I hate to sell it, I have another one lined up if this one does sell. So we could always build another, but who knows? Well, boys, it's been a couple days here, and a couple things have happened. The Chevy is still coming along, but we've got the customer's build done here. His second gen is now looking pretty dang baller, if you ask me. Went with a bit of a lift on there. We put bags in the back as well, and in the front. Went with some bigger wheels and tires. We've used these forged fuel wheels a couple times on some builds, and we did ask the owner of the truck what kind of wheels he liked, and he pointed at the ones we had on one of our builds there, and these were the exact wheels, so we went with these. I think they look pretty sweet. We fixed all the problems with this truck, went with a cowl hood, did some motor tuning there. So at the height it's at right now, the bags are all the way down, and you don't have a whole lot of turning radius, but if you lift the bags up, you got turning radius. So this thing's pretty dang tall for a second gen, actually. And I think he's gonna like it, but who knows? Also, the EV Hummer. The guys went a little gun-ho with this one. Not too sure what happened. They added a bumper on it, put some fuel wheels on it, and one heck of a rack with some fuel cans, a shovel, just a couple little things. Made it a bit more off-roady, I guess you could say. I don't know. It's all right. It's all right. Might just be a cool stunt piece for the shop, because there's not too many of these EV Hummers out. I mean, probably for good reason. That's kind of cool. Hopefully the customer should be here to pick up his truck any minute now, but the guys almost have the Chevy done here, and that has been a heck of a long process, so I'm excited to see how that comes out. Well, boys, the day has come. Finally, to my knowledge, and correct me if I'm wrong, which I very well could be, but to my knowledge, the world's first Chevy with an Anylevel is done. Now, first thing off, I know what you guys are going to say. Austin, this looks like a newer truck. It is. We had to change trucks. Unfortunately, the truck we had wasn't going to work, so we had to upgrade to a newer model, which I managed to find, luckily. But it's done. Look at this beast. So obviously, this took a ton of work and swapping out parts and all that, but it is officially a fully functional Anylevel on a Chevy. Went with some hostile wheels, paint matched the crap out of everything. Went with mostly white and black color combo, had to add a little burnt orange in there, which I think looks pretty good. Put a little bit of a wrap on the side, and then a topper, of course. Now, this thing is a Duramax, so it sounds pretty mean. Of course, we had to go with massive boggers on this thing, because what else are you going to use? Now, if we lift this up, there it goes. It's an Anylevel on a Chevy, which is pretty dang cool, if you ask me. Now, compared to the Ford, how does it stand? Curious to know. All right, so the Ford's all the way up now. This actually sits, yeah, it sits higher. Dang, was not expecting that. Well, not much higher, though. Not a whole lot. I don't know. I think the topper looks cool, but let me know if we should keep it or take it off. But this was quite a stunt for the shop to pull off. It's not that easy to stick something that is completely meant for a Ford frame onto a Chevy, and a newer one at that. But, I mean, everything works. By the way, massive shout out to Bridger, I believe. I'll have his Patreon link down in the description if you guys want to go pick this mod up for yourselves. I'm kind of curious, though. I want to try something here. We'll just unhook our work truck off of this trailer. So with the truck kind of all the way lifted up here, gonna have to jack up the trailer more, right? Not if we set that down there. Hook it up, and we just lift this bad boy back up. There we go. It's actually a little too tall for it, even with the drop hitch. You know what? It actually rides better if the truck's squatted, so maybe that's how we'll have to tow stuff. I don't imagine we're going to be doing a whole lot of towing with this, though. Oh, and it does have wheel lights. That's another cool feature. Maybe I should have put chrome wheels on it. Maybe that'll be the next change to this truck. But if you guys have any suggestions for this, leave them down in the comments. Hope you all enjoyed. Subscribe, and goodbye.